Welcome to City Connect. With me today is Penny Redford, and she is the head of the Office of Sustainability. I'm thrilled to have you here today with us.
Thank you.
We're going green, and it's such a big topic. Sustainability is a tremendous topic, and there's so many ways that we can all save, and both energy, conservation of all kinds. Where do we begin? How is the city of West Palm Beach doing?
Well, the city is truly a leader in this area. We have a lot of support from Mayor Moyo, and we've been working on this for, well, since 2008.
Well, what is our plan?
I'm glad you asked, because I brought our plan. This is Rethink Paradise, West Palm Beach, and it's really Rethink Paradise for a green city. We worked with businesses and residents and visitors in the community to come up with a plan. We do live in paradise, but how are we going to stay that way?
Exactly.
So we've done a greenhouse gas emissions baseline, and that's to let us know the energy we use, the water we use, the vehicle miles traveled, you know, how many times we're going back and forth in our cars. All of those things contribute to our carbon footprint, and we want to know what that footprint is, and then once we know what it is, then we'll work to reduce it. So that's what we've done. We measured our greenhouse gas emissions, and we've set target goals to reduce.
Do we have a long way to go, or we're just...
Well, we all have a long way to go. Sure. We are one of millions, literally, across the world that are doing similar things. But we can make a difference in our community, and especially by saving water and saving energy in our homes and our businesses and, you know, right here at work in City Hall.
Tell us a little bit about the PACE program. It's an acronym.
PACE is Property Assessed Clean Energy. And that's a program that we have for commercial buildings to try and retrofit. They want to retrofit for energy and water conservation, but let's face it, you know, the economy hasn't been great over the past few years, so businesses have been hesitant to put investments like that into buildings, wondering whether they'd be able to get it out if they were to sell their building. Well, the PACE program allows you to finance energy and water improvements and wind hardening as well, and attach that financing to your non-ad valorem tax for the property. So you save the energy and you take those energy savings and then pay it along with the property.
It sounds like a positive way to keep businesses going green. What are some of the other initiatives and the other educational programs that you have?
Well, we try and educate in everything that we do, because an informed person is going to make the right choices. And, you know, it's helping the community, the planet, but it's helping your pocketbook too. So we do a program every year called E4, our Sustainability Summit. And we bring leaders in the sustainability field and do workshops and try and get, you know, just show people how they can save. We also have a big project going on. It's an energy performance contract. And what that is, that's with our city buildings and facilities. It's a way to retrofit for energy upgrades and save the city some money while we're working on that energy and greenhouse gas reduction.
So the efficiency of the lighting. Now, you brought with you today one of the actual street lights that's being upgraded.
Absolutely.
To go green. Can you explain how this goes green?
Well, this is a LED street light, and it's a Cobra head, so it's just the typical street lights over most of our commercial and some residential streets. Well, it looks a little different, and I brought it because I wanted people to see that instead of having the big globe that is usually underneath here, it's just these little LED lights. Directs the light down and out. It's dark sky compliant, so it doesn't bother the animals, and it keeps the stars so we can see the stars better. But the real impact here is that it is saving 40 to 45% of our energy use by converting those street lights to these LEDs.
Hypothetically, what does that mean in the savings in terms of dollars?
Well, it depends on each street light has a different wattage, but I would say the energy performance contract overall, which is doing more than just street lights, it's going to save around $11 million for the city over the next 15 years.
That sounds crucial.
And help our greenhouse gas reductions,
certainly.
too.
How are we doing in West Palm Beach as opposed to the rest of the state? Are we leading the way and setting an example?
Well, that's exactly what we want to do. And by having an Office of Sustainability and the support that we do have from city administration, and then we've also partnered with the Department of Energy, and they gave us a grant back with the stimulus money. We used that to do some energy upgrades and to do education. So they're partnering with us. We also have a program with them, the Better Buildings Challenge. Now that's a program that our city committed to reducing our energy intensity by 20% by the year 2020. We're getting there.
A crucial program to be involved in.
It is, and we really invite all of our commercial properties to call or contact me because we want you as a partner. And we'll give you the recognition. We want to show this leadership in our community.
Wanted to talk about what's going on with your library kits. If you need more information, the public can go where?
Well, you can always go to the sustainability website. So just go to the city's website and click on sustainability, and you can, really learn about all the different things we have going on. But specific to the library kits, we put together kits for adults and children, for teachers. We've got about, I think, five or six kits now. I brought this one as an example because we're doing a promotion. This is a general kit that you can take home. If you've got a library card, you check it out for free. You get to keep it for, I believe, about 2 weeks. And it gives you information, books to tell you how to save water and energy. We've got some stickers for the kids. And there are things in here that you can keep, like the stickers and compact fluorescent light bulbs. Some people haven't tried them yet, and this is a way to get them to try. Now, the big thing we've got in here that is the promotion for this summer is our Smart Strip. Now, Smart Strip...
Tell me how this works.
Okay. This is set up just with a little on-off switch. You know when you turn your TV or your microwave or your computer, your Nintendo, any of those types of appliances off, they don't really go off. They just sort of go into a little bit of a sleep mode. And that still uses electricity.
So it's sucking electricity that we're not realizing you're using.
That's right. It's called vampire electricity.
Vampire electricity.
So this strip, it has an outlet that you can keep constant on. So if you've got that DVR or something, you want to have it on all the time. But these other strips, when you flip the switch and turn it off, it cuts all the power. So you're really, really saving and turning everything
a lot of energy. It's kind of hard to prove, though, how much energy you're actually saving, but we don't realize how much we're wasting.
I can show you a way to do that. This little gizmo is a kilowatt meter. And, you just plug it into the wall, and then you plug in an appliance into here. You set the little buttons, and we've got directions in here. You program it to show how much you pay per kilowatt. We pay about 11 to 12 cents a kilowatt on average, I'll say.
Okay.
Well, you leave the appliance plugged in for a day or a week, however long you want, and it will calculate for you how much energy that appliance used. Now, this you have to put back and bring back to the library kit. You don't get to keep this. But what it can tell you, if you've got an old refrigerator and it still works, but you're thinking, I know there are more efficient ones out there, you can compare the amount of energy you used with your old refrigerator with that Energy Star label that's on all of the new refrigerators.
Right, they all have to tell you now how much energy they consume.
That's right. And that goes back to the education. If you really know what to look for, you can make informed decisions. And, you know, like I said, not just help out the planet, but help out your pocketbook at the same time.
Absolutely. Where can our consumers get more information? What phone number do they call to reach the sustainability office?
I would love to have everybody call us. It's 804-4994. And we also have a really pretty expansive website. So again, just going to the city's website is a great way to get information on sustainability.
And that's WPB.org/sustainability.
That's it.
Penny, thank you so much. Is there anything else we've missed covering today? There's just a breadth of knowledge, and it's such a huge, expansive topic.
There's so many things we could talk about. What I would like to add is water conservation. You know, we get our water from Grassy Waters Preserve. And although it's been raining a lot lately, sometimes we are in drought periods, and it's really important for everyone to conserve water. We've been doing things like handing out this is a collapsible water bottle. We've been giving these to the kids at the community centers, and we also put what we call hydration stations or bottle fillers attached to some of the water fountains at the community centers and actually down at the waterfront too. So think about bringing that reusable bottle, drink from the tap, and then you won't be throwing that plastic bottle in the landfill.
Penny, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll have more after this.
Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, Thunderball Thursday, water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday, let's move Monday, swap us next Sunday.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
All across the country, people like you are riding the bus and taking the train, enjoying the benefits of public transportation. It saves you time, money, and reduces highway traffic. Public transportation provides you with the freedom to get to work, to school, and wherever life takes you. At the same time, it creates an economy that is prosperous, so use public transportation. It all adds up to a better life for each of us. This message brought to you by the South Florida Regional Transportation Authority.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Leslie Garrett with City Connect, and I'm now with Josh Long, and we're thrilled to have you today. He's a planner with the Gunster Law Firm. Josh, tell me, you're representing the Palm Beach Outlet Mall, which we're all so excited to have going on, and how soon do you think that we will complete the mall?
The Palm Beach Outlet portion of the mall will be open on Valentine's Day 2014.
That sounds like a wonderful celebration we're all looking forward to.
Yes.
Now tell me a little bit about your role.
I'm an in-house certified land use planner for the firm. The firm represents the owner of the project. And about 3 years ago, they purchased the property. They hired Gunster's Land Use Practice Group, and I have been serving the capacity as being a certified land use planner, overseeing the approvals and other obstacles that we've ran into as the approval.
And clearing the way.
Clearing the way, yes, exactly.
Now, explain to us how you are going green and what some of the issues are.
From the beginning, the owners wanted this to be a green, a sustainable development. They've gone above and beyond the norm to make sure that sustainability has been a key throughout this development. For instance, they've preserved over 250 trees on site, 70 of them in place, meaning they designed around them. Another 180, they actually created a tree farm, 2 acres set aside just to preserve the trees, so when they're ready to be replanted, they could be. Also, the site was built in 1967, before water management standards. And so for 40 some years, 86 acres just sheep flew right into the canal. No treatment. But now we have a state-of-the-art underground 6-mile system of exfiltration trench inside the parking lot itself. So the water is now being treated, which is an incredible amount for the water quality in the area. The mall was about 1.3 million square feet of development. And 98% of that, the entire mall's been raised. It's
Completely leveled at
completely
this
down,
point.
completely coming down. There's 2 buildings still remaining, and they're about to come down sometime this summer. So 1.3 million square feet. Of that, 98% has been repurposed. The asphalt, the concrete was reused in the parking lot, some of the foundation work, steel sold, other things.
So you're reprocessing all of this as opposed to having it
Go straight
end
to
up in a
landfill.
landfill somewhere.
Exactly.
And have to worry about then discarding it in other ways.
Right.
Let's talk about energy saving initiatives with the LED lighting for the mall.
Yes, the city is partnered with Eco City Partners through a program called PACE. And PACE is a program that allows developers to finance the extra cost associated with doing some energy saving features.
So in other words, going green could cost a little bit more money than...
Unfortunately, the technology hasn't caught up yet, and a lot of the green features do cost a little bit more, which developers have to look at the bottom line. You have to make your figures work. And a lot of times, developers want to do something green, but they can't make the numbers work. And so therefore they pass, because right now, green initiatives are a little bit more expensive. What PACE allows you to do is team up with Eco City Partners, who has a team of banks that they've already worked out pre-existing arrangements with. And the banks have special financing. And the difference, the delta between what the normal cost would be versus the energy efficient savings cost would be, is what you can finance through that program. So you can use the city's partner, Eco City Partners, to finance the difference, and you can, special incentives such as you can finance that through your non-ad valorem tax bill. So you can spread it out, which makes the savings, actually work when you calculate in the energy savings that you're getting as well.
It's very exciting to learn about the city's new PACE program, which is an acronym for Property Assessed Clean Energy. What are some of the other initiatives that you're putting into place with the mall?
Yes, this is very exciting. Considering this is such a large project, the amount of energy saving green initiatives in this big of a project is going to be something that this area of Florida has not seen before, and we're very excited about that. There's going to be over 200 parking lot heads that are going to be LED, so it'll make a significant difference when you're driving down 95 or Palm Beach Lakes. When you look at the facility, it's going to really look different. We have hundreds of landscaping uplights that are also going to be LED. And also with this project, we're having 5 cart charging stations. So you can drive your electric car and come, plug it in, recharge it, shop, and go home.
That's very exciting.
Yeah,
it's really ahead of the curve, isn't it?
Yes, and many of the stores are also going to be incorporating LED lighting. So we're very excited about that.
And what are we doing to, I guess, educate the visitors to the mall about all of these new initiatives that you have?
Well, we think the lighting will really speak for itself. It's
Yes.
going to look so different than any other regional mall in the area. And we're working with Sustainability Division on an ongoing basis for anything that we could do to educate or inform the public of the energy savings that the mall's doing.
I think it's going to be an example for West Palm Beach that they'll be proud of, and an example possibly for the nation, not just here locally.
I agree, and I have to give a lot of credit to the City of West Palm Beach, in particular Penny Redford with Sustainability Division, Rick Green, Construction Services Manager, or Director I should say. They were fundamental in educating us and letting us know that PACE was there. We at first were a little hesitant, but then they really educated us on how it could work, and we were able to refinance or recalculate the finance for the project and make it work for us.
Well, thank you, Josh Long, for doing so much to get
My
this
pleasure.
Palm Beach Outlet Mall off and running, and we're thrilled and want to be a part of it when you actually open February the 14th in 2014.
We're excited to be here.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back with more after this.
Did you know that drowning still remains the second leading cause of injury-related death for children ages 1 to 14 years old? Please take the time to follow these safe water practices. First and foremost, learn how to swim. Formal swimming lessons can protect young children from drowning, and every child should know how to roll over on their back and call for help or kick to safety. Supervision. Designate a responsible adult to watch young children while they're in the bath, and all children swimming or playing in or around water. Learn CPR. Learning CPR skills could make the difference in someone's life. And finally, do not use air-filled or foam toys for life-saving. Only Coast Guard approved life jackets should be used. Toys such as water wings, noodles, or inner tubes are not life-saving devices. For more information on learning how to swim or additional life-saving tips, please contact the Warren Hawkins Aquatic Center at 804-4961.
Thank you for being with us today. I am back with Robert Vanderstrout, and we're so happy to have you from the South Florida Water Management District. You are a senior analyst there.
Thank you.
Now, I wanted to go over some of the major initiatives of the South Florida Water Management District. This is very important information that we all need.
The South Florida Water Management District is a regional agency of the state of Florida, of which there are 5. Our jurisdiction extends from Orlando down to Key West. What our job is to do is to manage the resource as a whole. Environmental restoration is one of the mission goals of the South Florida Water Management District, the others being flood control, public water supply, and water quality. They're all sort of tied together intricately. The more water that we're taking out of the ground for use in our urban environment is the less water we have for the environment. And our job is to help create an even balance between the natural environment and what our built environment needs.
Wanted to find out about the acronym CHAMP and just what that means. Could you describe what that acronym means?
Sure. Water CHAMP is the Water Conservation Hotel and Motel Program, which is a water conservation program, recognition program, which specifically was designed for the lodging industry.
So saving water is their main concern. What can some of these hotels and motels do to save more water?
Well, let me add, it's not just saving water, it's also about creating a water conservation ethic. So there's an educational component to the program as well. Essentially, the program has 3 components. The first 2 components are a reuse program where the guest opts in to join, one would be a towel reuse program and the other is a linen reuse program.
So how do you educate the guests in the hotel to use their towel more than once?
Well, there's signage that's left in the room. You may have seen something like this hanging in the bathroom, wherever you may have stayed, that's a partner or not. And it basically tells the guest, if you would like the housekeeping staff to not launder your towels
every time you use it.
Every time, hang it up.
I see.
And if you want more, leave it on the floor.
I see.
There's a similar message on this card, which is for the linens on the bed sheets. And there's a third piece of signage which is left in the rooms, which is decorative, and it basically explains the other 2 programs sort of in a nutshell, and a little bit of information about why it's important. There's a third component to the program, which is a high-efficiency aerator, which is also one of the 3 components. This is fitted onto all of the faucets in the entire hotel, in all of the restrooms, in the lobby restrooms and so on. Typically what you'll see is faucet aerators that are putting out water at 2.2 gallons per minute, and the faucet aerators, as per this program, release 1 gallon per minute water.
So it really slows it down.
It does, but at a level where the performance is not hindered, so the expectation of performance by the guest is not impacted.
So you're still getting the pressure you need. It looks like
Exactly.
something we should use in our homes as well, not just in hotels and motels.
You're absolutely right. What this program will do, in addition to reducing water use or water demand at the hotel, it's also reducing the amount of laundry detergents and things that have to go into the wastewater stream. And there's a certain amount of energy that's also saved, because if the hotel does not have to use its laundry facilities as often, they're also they don't need to heat water to do that laundry duty. And then I guess finally there's another benefit to the hotel, which is if the housekeeping staff does not have to spend as much time folding and collecting sheets and towels, they can be elsewhere on the property, making a better stay for everyone who's there.
So it's saving energy and effort as well. And if people want to join this program, how do they contact your office to, I guess, avail themselves of the proper aerators and the signage that they need?
They can contact the South Florida Water Management District directly, or they can also contact the Office of Sustainability at the City of West Palm Beach.
Very good to have you, Robert. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We'll get
Appreciate
to
it
speak to you
very
again
much.
soon. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Leslie Garrett with City Connect, and we'll see you next time.